Hey, what is good out there, alchemists? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Iris and I am the Womb Alchemist. I hope that everyone is in their divine purpose and aligned with all things that are good and great for them, okay? And I hope that you're being your authentic self, whatever it is that you're doing right now, okay? So today I actually have a channeled message for you. It came through a dream that I had last night. Okay, I was getting I was getting uploads up the wazoo last night. It was crazy. The only way that I can explain it is like if you guys have seen The Matrix, the first one, where Neo he gets hooked up to the thing, and he's about to do his training, but first he has to get the knowledge, so they send the knowledge to him through directly into his brain through the machine or whatever, right? And he's like and the operator, I think his name's like Tank or something, it's like he's been gone for like 7 hours, and he asked him like, oh, how does it feel? And he's like, yeah, it feels great, let's go again, or whatever, right? So that's the way that I would describe it if I had to describe it. But yeah, definitely it felt like I was getting crazy uploads last night. So I'm gonna film like 2 channeled messages today. But today, well, I mean, like this video is specifically gonna be about like smoking. And I put it in the title, so you probably already know that. But so it started out as a dream, right? And what I saw was that me and my mother were walking down this corridor, and you couldn't really see too far in front of you because there was so much smoke. Like we could only see so much because there was so much like smoke in the corridor. And when I was able to see something, it was full of like a bunch of old people and sick people. Okay, and these sick people, sometimes they were in wheelchairs, sometimes they were just walking, kind of like shuffling their feet, but they were always attached to this to a smoke mask and an oxygen tank. Okay, so these people were like, and they look really sad. They were like zombified, like really out of it. And some of them were still smoking, and that's where all the smoke was coming from. And it was me and my mom, and we were walking down this corridor, and we were there to visit 2 people from my past, 2 people that I used to go to church with. Okay, and we were walking down this corridor. The carpet was just black. Okay, the walls were like plain gray, and it was really dim, like there wasn't really any lighting, so the smoke fog made it even more dim, right? So and everybody, and all the old people and the sick people and stuff that we saw, they were all dressed in like robes, like slippers, carrying around oxygen tanks and wearing oxygen masks. Okay, still smoking. Like some of them had cigarette, whatever, all different types of things. Some of them were smoking marijuana. Some of them were smoking cigarettes. Some of them were smoking cigars. Okay. So we finally find the 2 guys that I know from my church in the past. Like we finally find them, and we sit down, and I didn't realize it in the dream, but after I like replayed the dream in my mind, they actually never really saw us. So they look different. They look different from the people that we saw. First of all, they were younger, but they were like brighter. It was like they were full of life. It was like the people who were sick walking around in the hallways. It was like those people were kind of like gray, like some type of life had gone out of them. But these 2 people that we came to visit, they actually looked like they had life in them. Okay, and so sorry, my nose is a little itchy. But they were sitting down on the couch, so me and my mom like sat in between them. And they both put, I watched both of them put like a marijuana cigarette in their mouth. And I was like, I know these dudes are not about to smoke in front of my mom. Like, my mom is sitting right here. Like, you really about to smoke? But now that I think about it, it's like they didn't even see us. It's like they didn't know that we were there. So they do proceed to light their cigarette and they start smoking. And I'm like, what? And then the dream ends there. Okay. So now, after mulling it over and trying to understand the dream, I didn't have to mull it over for too long to understand what was going on. These two people um, are headed into that, they're headed to where those people, to where the deceased people or the transition people were at. Those spirits, the ones that were sick and still smoking, those people were trapped. It was kind of like a purgatory, okay, for people who couldn't stop smoking. Okay, no matter what it was like they were still attached to the earth, but they had transitioned over, so they were stuck in this transitory phase because they loved smoking so much. They couldn't let go of smoking. And I feel like we as a society, we understand the repercussions of smoking cigarettes. Like there's so much on smoking cigarettes, right? Like, oh, you're smoking rat poison, there's like turf in it, stuff that they make sidewalks with. That stuff is in cigarettes. There's so many poisons in cigarettes. I feel like we naturally know, not naturally, but we now understand as a society that cigarettes are really bad, and so many people have gotten cancer from smoking cigarettes, right? However, I feel like we still have a lot more to go. Sorry if you can hear the kids playing outside, the neighborhood kids. But I still feel like as a society, we have a lot to go when it comes to putting smoke into our lungs, period. Okay? Because we seem to think that smoking marijuana is okay. We seem to think that hookah is okay, cigars, even if it is once in a while, okay. So all of these things can keep us in a low vibrational state, and when we transition over, if our addiction still exists, because people can be addicted to marijuana, and people are addicted to marijuana. I've seen it over and over and over again in my life, okay. Then that addiction keeps us attached to this realm. Any addiction can keep you attached to this realm, okay? And I know what people are going to say. You can be addicted to food. You can be addicted to, exercising and da-da-da. That's true. Anything can become an addiction, okay, if we overdo it. However, right now, I'm talking about smoke, okay? So let's not deflect from the main topic here, okay? We're talking about ingesting smoke into our bodies and using certain substances as a crutch, as a distraction, as an escape, so that we don't have to sit with our authentic selves, okay? Because that's what weed is. I feel like as a society, especially like my generation and younger, smoking weed is like so common, way too common, okay? And there's a few things that arise, okay? A few issues that arise when it comes to smoking marijuana constantly. First of all, any type of smoke in our lungs is a health hazard, okay? Our lungs are meant to be breathing fresh, clean, pure air, okay? Because we want to absorb as much oxygen from the air as possible in order for the oxygen to circulate to our brain, throughout all of the tissues in our body. We all need oxygen. Oxygen is the most important nutrient. Therefore, breathing is one of the most important things that you can do to heal your body, to have health, to maintain your health, okay? So when you're putting smoke into your lungs, you're obscuring your lungs' ability, you're damaging your lungs, you're keeping fresh oxygen away from your body, okay? So that has a side effect to it, All right. And when you do it over a period of time, over and over and over again, you do it for a week, you might not really feel any difference, but you do it over a period of years, okay, which can easily happen. Trust me, I know people my age and younger, even, and older, that have smoked for years, okay, and their health is taking a hit for it, all right, whether they want to recognize it or not, okay. The other thing is that marijuana right now is not the same type of hemp that it was in the past. Okay, they know that marijuana is a popular. Damn, I hope YouTube doesn't flag me for saying Mary Jane. I'm gonna just say Mary Jane from now on. But that loud, that good. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. But it's not the same plant that it was naturally when God made it. Okay, it's been hybridized, it's been tampered with. Okay, there's a whole bunch of different things that are pesticides, things like that. So that loud, that kush, that zaza, that whatever they call it, all them different names for it, that's because it's not really what it used to be. That's why it's being called by all those different names, because they can't actually call it a hemp plant, hemp leaves, hemp flowers. Okay. So when we're smoking that stuff, it has effects on our mental health, effects on our body. Okay. It's not healing the way that the natural plant is healing. Okay. And it's very rare nowadays, I feel like, to find the natural form of that plant. Okay. And the next thing is that the next and last thing is that even if you were to find the most natural, purest form, unhybridized, completely natural form of this plant, and you're not using it for medicinal reasons, okay, if you're not using it to cure your Parkinson's, to cure some type of anxiety disorder, to cure some type of nerve disorder, pain disorder, okay, then at that point it's becoming an addiction. Okay, if you're finding yourself waking up in the morning, you gotta light it up or whatever to go through your day, or you gotta light it up throughout your day or whatever, if you're smoking every day and there's no real reason that you're smoking it, honestly, you shouldn't be smoking it at all. Okay, if you want to take hemp, if you want to consume the flowers to ease pain, help with your menstrual cycle, whatever, all the different reasons that you can use that herb, right? Because it is an herb, right? It is a medicinal herb. Then you turn it into a tea. Okay, you don't put fire to it and put that harsh smoke in your lung at all. Okay, but I digress. So if you find yourself reaching for that flower, reaching for that loud, okay, constantly every day, even if you're only doing it once a week, like if you're doing that over a period of time without any real reason, then you're using it to escape. Okay, and at that point it's becoming a distraction. A distraction from what you say, a distraction from knowing your authentic and true self, a distraction from aligning with your purpose. Okay, there's so many different ways that you can be distracted from aligning with your purpose, and one of those really big ways nowadays is through clouding up the mind through smoking. Okay, Mary Jane. And the reason why we're here on this planet is to find out who we are. Okay, because who we are is so beautiful. When you have true happiness and fulfillment, satisfaction, and when you're a whole person, you're not gonna have any room for distractions, because you're gonna love being in the skin that you're in. You're gonna love waking up every day, not being foggy, nothing clouding your judgment. Okay, you want to be able to look in the mirror and see yourself clearly because you love who you see. Okay, you are not your traumas. You are not your inner conflicts. You are not your external conflicts. You are not your bills that are late. You are not your partner that broke up with you recently. You are not, I didn't get into the school that I didn't want to. That's not who you are. You are an infinite soul, an infinite being, okay? And I'm speaking to the actual people who are carrying souls right now, not the ones who you're not carrying a soul. You are the soul, first of all. But I'm not speaking to any meat suits here, okay? That's not you. Like, what I'm saying is going to resonate with you because you have a soul, okay? You have you have consciousness, you have awareness, and you know, even when it comes to like medication, anything that's healing for you, any herb, doesn't have to be Mary Jane, any herb, if we start to abuse that herb and take it even after we have healed from whatever ailment it is that we originally took it from, or if we're just using an herb for whatever reason, and then all of a sudden we're doing it constantly, then it becomes a drug. Anything can become a drug. Anything can be an addiction, okay? Because we have a reward system in our brain. So something doesn't naturally have to have an addictive substance to become addictive. Okay, people can be addicted to being depressed. People can be addicted to seeking thrills, okay, through dangerous activities. All right, so what we need to bring into our life is balance. That is the key. Moderation can be a solution, okay, but use your discernment. When it comes to smoking, honestly, I feel like we don't need to put any smoke into our lungs, okay? That happens naturally already, okay, from fires, from different things of that nature, okay? Like natural forest fires and stuff, there's going to be smoke in the air, so your lungs are going to be able to filter that out. But when you're constantly bombarding your lungs with smoke, then it becomes harder and harder, and the smoke becomes trapped, okay, because your lungs can't process the toxins that quickly. So yeah, like when it comes to smoking, honestly, I don't really think that we should put anything in our lungs. However, in moderation, if you want to consume THC because you are going through some type of pain, mental health concern, anxiety, depression, whatever, then you can use Mary Jane. You can use THC, okay, through tea, okay, through safe forms of ingesting it, okay. You can even cook it, okay. You can put it in your food, but smoking it is not the answer. I'm not saying that Mary Jane is bad for you at all, but just like any other herb, that has dosages, okay, we need to be aware of those dosages and not prolonging the use unnecessarily, because then it has negative side effects. And there's too many people out here at this time who think that, Mary Jane is like, I've heard it before. It's a plant. It just grows out the ground, like there's nothing wrong with it. It's healing. Our ancestors used to use it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but they don't approve. Well, I mean, not all ancestors, but what I'm saying is the ascended masters, they don't approve of us just self-medicating and distracting ourselves with marijuana and not, working on ourselves, not meditating, not going inward, not asking ourselves why we feel like we have to take a substance outside of ourselves to relax ourselves, to calm ourselves, to distract ourselves. Okay, so I hope that's making sense. All right. Like I said, walking in balance, leading your life in balance is going to be a key here. You can have fun, you can enjoy life, you can be an ascended master and still, enjoy the 3D realm. Okay, we're here for a reason. All right, we can interface. Okay, that's why we have a body. If we were not here to interface with the 3D realm to the material world, then we would have stayed in the spiritual realm. Okay, so I hope that's making sense. And yeah, just use your discernment, listen to your intuition. And there are different ways that you can, if you are addicted right now to maryjane, if you smoke it every day, every week, every month, okay, and you know you've tried to quit but you keep going back to it and stuff, there are different ways that, and different herbs that can help you ease, um, your cravings. Okay, and the first step is trying to, you just try to consume it in different ways. Okay, I know smoking is convenient, but taking it the right way through teas, or eating it, extracting the THC through oils. Um, when you do it that way, that's also going to naturally put some, um, like that's naturally going to be an obstacle for you to get as much THC into your system as you have been, if that makes sense. Doing it, the taking THC the right way, it will take longer, right? Because you have to actually cook it, you have to actually boil the tea and stuff. So that is going to, um, that's going to hinder you from being able to just, oh, let me just roll, let me just roll, let me just roll. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna naturally smoke less or ingest less THC, which is a good thing. Okay, so you can detox, you can cleanse. There's so many avenues, methods, ways that you can cleanse your body. But once you begin this process, I feel like shadow work is going to have to come with it naturally, because the question of why do I feel like why am I using this as a crutch is going to arise. Okay, and then you're going to naturally have to look at, like, your life, your childhood. I don't know, it's gonna be different for everybody. Okay, um, so yeah, it might be challenging at first, but trust me, in the long run, it's going to be better for you, because you don't want to end up in this smoking purgatory or whatever. I was shown this by my ancestors, my guides. Okay, and you are receiving this message because they want to protect you too. All right. um, so yeah, I believe I got everything out that needs to be said. Okay, I believe in you. I love you. Remember, if you're watching this video, your situation is already healed. If you received this message from me, then all will be well. Okay, Ashe. Peace.